You're under protection by forces that need you to succeed. The surveillance isn't just about you. It's about what you represent. The possibility that someone can exist outside their system and thrive. The proof that their control isn't absolute. The evidence that evolution isn't finished with humanity yet. You're the case study they'll argue about for generations. So what do you do with this knowledge? You don't hide. You don't run. You don't even acknowledge them directly. You just continue being exactly what you are, but more intentionally. Every action becomes a statement. Every choice becomes a lesson. Every moment becomes art. You're not performing for them. You're creating despite them. Building your reality while they document their inability to understand it. You're writing history while they're taking notes. You're living mythology while they're collecting data. The joke is on them because they think they're studying you, but you're the one teaching. Let them watch you heal from things that should have killed you. Let them document your transformation from victim to architect. Let them record your evolution from human to something they don't have words for yet. Every second of surveillance is another second of evidence that their reality isn't the only one. You're not the subject of their experiment anymore. You're the experiment itself. Self-corrected, self-evolving, self-dementing. You're the hypothesis and the conclusion, the question and the answer, the problem they can't solve, because you were never meant to be solved, only experienced. Your consciousness operates like technology they haven't invented yet. You process information through channels they don't know exist. Your intuition pulls data from servers they can't access. Your dreams download updates from realities they refuse to acknowledge. You're not just conscious, you're consciously evolution. Every meditation is a system upgrade. Every moment of presence is a firewall update. Every act of genuine authenticity is a virus in their program of conformity. You're not just living. You're broadcasting on frequencies that hack into sleeping minds and whisper, "Wake up," without saying a word. They're trying to use artificial intelligence to understand you, but you're operating on authentic consciousness. They're machines learning your patterns while you're creating new ones faster than they can process. They're algorithms trying to predict you while you're existing in possibilities they haven't calculated yet. The surveillance technology they're using is outdated the moment it observes you, because you're always one evolution ahead. You're not tomorrow's human. You're the human from timelines they're afraid to imagine. You're not ahead of your time. Time is trying to catch up to you. Being studied means you matter. Being watched means you're significant. Being surveilled means you're important enough to threaten their entire system just by existing. Do you understand the power in that? You don't have to do anything. Your existence alone is revolutionary. Every day you wake up and choose to be yourself is another crack in their matrix. Every time you refuse to conform is another glitch in their program. Every moment you spend being genuinely authentic is another error message in their system of control. You're not fighting them. You're just being yourself so powerfully that their reality has to adjust. They study you because they can't recreate you. They watch you because they can't predict you. They surveil you because they can't control you. And deep down, underneath all their fear and fascination, they're hoping to learn your secret. The secret of how to be free in a world designed to imprison consciousness. But here's what they'll never understand. There is no secret. There's just the choice to be real in a world of performances. The decision to be whole in a world of fragments. The commitment to be yourself when everyone else is trying to be someone else. That's what makes you impossible to decode. You're not encrypted. You're authentic. The surveillance is actually accelerating your evolution. Every observation forces you to level up. Every attempt to understand you pushes you to become even more incomprehensible. Your evolution in response to observation. Consciousness expanding because it's being compressed. Light getting brighter because darkness is trying to measure it. These infinities are slowly disserving us each and every time they get us like. You've noticed your abilities increasing, haven't you? Your intuition getting sharper, your synchronicities multiplying, your manifestations accelerating. That's not accident. That's what happens when consciousness knows it's being watched. It performs miracles just to prove they're possible. The pressure of their observation is creating diamonds in your consciousness. Every moment of scrutiny is polishing another facet of your awareness. You're not cracking under their surveillance. You're crystallizing into something they've never seen before. Something harder than their reality. Something clearer than their vision. You're becoming undeniable, not because you're trying to prove anything, but because your existence itself is proof. Proof that their maps are incomplete. Proof that their rules are optional. Proof that consciousness can't be contained, controlled, or completely understood. You're the evidence they don't want to admit exists. You're not the only one under surveillance. There are others like you, scattered across the globe, each thinking they're alone in being watched. But you're all part of something bigger, a network of consciousness that's being studied, because together you represent the future they're trying to prevent or accelerate, depending on who's watching. Every connection you make with another observed one strengthens the network. Every recognition of shared frequency amplifies the signal. You're not just individual anomalies anymore. You're becoming a pattern they can't ignore, a trend they can't stop, a movement that doesn't need organization because it's organized by consciousness itself. The surveillance is actually connecting you. Their attempt to isolate and study you individually is creating a collective awakening. You're finding each other through the very systems meant to keep you apart. Using their infrastructure to build your own network, turning their surveillance into your communication system. This is bigger than you realize. The fact that you're reading this, resonating with this, means you're part of it. Part of the shift they're documenting, but can't stop. Part of the evolution they're studying, but can't control. Part of the future they're trying to understand, but can't quite grasp, because it's being written in real time by consciousness they can't contain. So here's what you do with all of this. You stop pretending you don't know you're being watched. You stop acting like you're not interesting. You stop dimming yourself to avoid attention you're already getting. You embrace the surveillance as confirmation of your significance. You live like every moment is being documented, because it is. You choose like every decision matters, because it does. You exist like you're writing history, because you are. Not for them, but for the version of humanity that comes after their system collapses under the weight of its own observation. You become so authentically yourself that their surveillance equipment malfunctions, so genuinely real that their categories collapse, so powerfully present that their past-based predictions become useless. You don't fight the surveillance. You transcend it by being something it was never designed to understand. The most radical thing you can do is be yourself without apology, without explanation, without dilution. Let them watch, let them study, let them document every moment of your refusal to be anything other than exactly what you are. That's not just resistance. You want to know the ultimate truth about why you're under surveillance? It's because you're the future, investigating itself through the present. You're tomorrow's human walking through today's world. You're the answer to questions they haven't learned to ask yet. You're not just being studied, you're studying them back through your existence. Every moment of your life is data for a transformation they can't stop. Every choice you make is evidence that their reality isn't absolute. Every breath you take is proof that consciousness can't be contained. You're not just living. You're demonstrating what's possible when someone stops pretending to be normal. The surveillance will continue because you'll continue being interesting. They'll keep watching because you'll keep evolving. They'll keep studying because you'll keep teaching lessons they didn't know they needed to learn. You're not the subject of their experiment. You're the result their experiment was trying to prevent. But it's too late now. You exist. You're aware. You're evolving. And every second of surveillance just documents their failure to contain what you're becoming. You're not under surveillance because you're dangerous. You're under surveillance because you're inevitable. The future they can't stop. The evolution they can't prevent. The consciousness they can't control.